These are the things that President Trump was talking about when he was saying that there's so much unnecessary waste going to foreign aid as well as special interest. I gave basically the statement that President Trump gave in terms of his pickings from the bill, but we are going to go over more in depth of the other items that he was referring to. Regarding the foreign aid, there will be $500 million allocated for Israel. There's going to be $85.5 million of assistance to Cambodia, $25 million for democracy and women's rights programs in Pakistan, $700 million in aid for Sudan, $135 million for Burma, $1.35 billion in military assistance for Egypt, and Egypt would be allowed to buy military equipment from Russia. $506 million for Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama as part of the Central American Regional Security Initiative. Other inclusions: $40 million for the Kennedy Center in DC, which is not even open for business, $1 billion for the Smithsonian, $154 million for the National Gallery of Art, $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico. Let me repeat that one. $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico. A provision to promote the breeding of fish in federal hatcheries, $3 million in poultry production technology, $2 million to research the impact of downed trees, $566 million for construction projects at the FBI, $35 million in funding for sexual abstinence programs, a permanent reduction in excise taxes for beer producers, wine producers, and wine distilled spirits, tax credit extensions aimed at helping the wind industry, another extension of benefits for the motorsports entertainment industry, such as NASCAR, by allowing the faster write-down of costs related to their complexes, a tax credit to buyers of two-wheeled plug-in electric vehicles, that is, electric motorcycles. The credit is worth 10% of the cost of the motorcycle, so you're talking $2,500. In the bill, it prohibits the doping in horse racing. There's a subsection labeled the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Act. The bill will spend money to create a committee to regulate the use of performance-enhancing drugs in horse racing. To make illegal this streaming, it's going to be illegal to make illegal the streaming services. To make, if you're going to stream illegally, if you're going to stream illegally, it's going to be a felony. I'm sure a lot of you caught that already in the news media already, but they're making a big deal about this one. So there's going to be several changes to copyright laws. If you could explain to me why that's in the omnibus bill or the stimulus package, you could be my guest. There's going to be measures aimed at protecting the intellectual property rights of artists and entertainment companies. Under the law, illegal streaming for commercial profit will become a felony. There's going to be provisions that warns China against interfering in the naming of the next Dalai Lama. I don't even want to get into that one. Okay. The bill would repeal a handful of oddball laws that are rarely enforced, such as making it a crime to misuse certain emblems, such as Smokey the Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, and Woodsy Owl characters, which is the Interior Department's Golden Eagle insignia. Okay, this is, I can see what they're saying. Other things, let's move on. Tax incentives for wind and solar energy. Anyways, you know, the list, it just continues. It just gets more ridiculous. It just gets more silly.